Good morning. My name is Steph Whiting, and I'm a certified coach with Optavia. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about loving yourself, since this is the Love Yourself Challenge. I lost 40 pounds in 2016, and I had to go through a mental transformation as well as a physical one when I went through my weight loss phase. One thing I wanted to talk about today is the fact that you may be coming to this program having failed many times at many things. I know I did. I had so many failures built up that I had become a person who didn't trust myself anymore. And it's really hard to love yourself when you don't trust yourself. In my past life, I set myself up for failure. Every day I didn't track my calories, I would consider myself a failure. Every day I didn't wake up before my kids to work out, I would consider the day a failure. Every day I didn't stick to the strict plan I set for myself, I would consider myself a failure. If I didn't drink my water, I was a failure. If I prepped meals and didn't get to them, I was a failure. I kind of look back and I think it's a wonder I ever got out of bed in the morning, because I gave myself so many opportunities to fail that after letting yourself down so many times, it becomes very difficult to trust yourself. So I thought, how can I reconcile this? My husband is an alcoholic in recovery. He's doing awesome, and we attend a 12-step program together. And I learned from attending this program that alcoholics do not ever look down the road to, a week away, a month away, a year away into their sobriety. They literally focus hour by hour on staying sober. So I applied this technique in my recovery in getting from an obese weight range into a healthy weight range. And I thought, how can I do this? How can I break this into smaller steps to become more successful? So what I did is every single time I had to eat, it was usually a 2 to 3 hour window. I focused on eating 6 times a day. I would only look ahead to the 2 to 3 hours I had in front of me. So I would eat my meal, and then I would think I can last 2 to 3 hours. And each time I made it from my one meal to my next meal, that was an opportunity to make myself proud. And I would literally take that and put it in a little bank account, a little personal bank account, and I would make a deposit, like ka-ching, deposit. So at the end of my first day of compliance, I literally had 6 deposits in that personal bank account. I can't tell you how amazing that feels. For those of you that struggle, you might realize even one day of sticking to what you said you were going to do and doing it, you feel really good. And the coolest thing is, all it takes is one day. So at the end of your first day of compliance and doing what you said you were going to do, you have 6 personal deposits in a bank account. The coolest thing is, when you wake up the next morning, the first thing you remember is, did I make myself proud yesterday, or did I fail myself? So on day 2, I woke up and I literally had 6 deposits in my personal bank account. I felt so proud. Now, my weight hadn't changed. Really nothing in my life had changed, but in my mind, I was a totally different person. And it was only day 2, and I already felt great. Now, see, the magic of personal bank deposits are you can start to make yourself proud again. And it's really easy, and it doesn't take a long time, and you don't have to get into a smaller pair of pants to get there. Every day, think about putting deposits in your personal bank account. It's a very positive visual, and it's so powerful. And so every day, know that you have 6 times you can make yourself proud, and see if when you wake up on day 2, you don't feel amazing. Now, beginning to trust yourself and beginning to make yourself proud turns into self-love. And I found that is so true, because suddenly now you're someone who does the things you say you're going to do, and now you can start to trust yourself. Apply this week, and I want you to try to each time you make yourself proud, which is every 2 to 3 hours, think about taking that and putting a little deposit and going ka-ching and putting it in your personal bank account. I would love to hear your thoughts and hear how this works for you this week. And I would love to hear your mental state after one day of doing this. When you wake up, what is the first thing you think about? Did you put those deposits in your bank account yesterday or did you not? And if you didn't, start over and think like someone who's in recovery. Instead of focusing on the huge journey you have ahead, if you have a lot of weight to lose, whether it be 10 pounds or 100 pounds, take it 2 to 3 hours at a time. And that is how I lost my 40 pounds. I didn't lose them in 4 months. I lost them 2 to 3 hours at a time. It really worked for me, and it translated into self-love. Thanks so much for your time today, and I can't wait to hear how this concept works for you.